Hi, my name is Christopher X. Shade, and I hope this video finds you warm and well. Today I'm going to read from The Good Mother of Marseille, my novel published last year. Today is May 11th, 2020, in the middle of the global pandemic. In this book, there are a lot of characters who are elsewhere from where they belong, and they're in the search of belonging that so many of us pursue throughout our lives. And so I thought it resonant with what's going on in the world today and having left my own home in New York City to be safer. Chapter 1. 3 years in, and Noémie still couldn't get a good night's sleep in Marseille's train station quarter. She couldn't leave the windows open because there was too much street noise. When the windows were closed, her bedroom was too hot. All night she was opening and closing the windows. A Quebecoise, she couldn't get used to the heat. The heat kept her awake. The night air outside was the same as inside. Lying awake, she worried that the next day would be hotter than the day before. Marseille, a bouillabaisse stew left on simmer. Distasteful, but it was hers. Young people at all hours of the night drank in the streets, cajoled each other, threw insults, sang, shouted declarations of love up at the windows. None of those shouts were for her. It was only a trick to get a woman, any woman, to come to a window. Traffic congestion on the boulevards sputtered and growled and emitted the suffocating odor of exhaust. A noise machine in the room broke ocean waves again and again. It was supposed to lull her to sleep. Instead, all night she lay awake, trying to parse the noise of the machine from the noise of the quarter. Skip ahead. She's out walking her dog Chinelo. In all of the noise, Noémie heard a peal of church bells that made her anxious about the late hour. She did not feel in danger for any reason other than the late hour. She could take care of herself. She was tough as nails, a man had once told her. He was a Michigan man she'd dated here in Marseille for a short time. He'd pulled away from her more quickly than she'd expected, and then it wasn't long before he'd left Marseille and was absent from her life. She didn't think she was as tough as nails. She hurt. She bled as easily as everyone else. A knife could cut her the same as anyone else. A strong man could physically overpower her if she wasn't careful. Only she could outsmart them all. She was aware that this was not the safest place to be walking at night, on this street where lights did not do enough to dispel shadows. For anything might happen in Marseille. Anything might happen just when one least expected it. Noémie rounded a corner and was going past an apartment building when glass shattered at her feet, as if her step had somehow made a glass thing explode. In the next instant, more glass exploded at her feet. She didn't grasp what was happening. It startled her dog, Chinelo, too. At the end of the leash, Chinelo leaped in surprise and yipped. A bottle fell close to her face and shattered at her feet. Bottles were falling from up high. Someone was dropping beer bottles from a fourth-story window. She couldn't see who it was. If one hit her on the head, it might kill her. If one hit Chinelo, it might kill him. Another bottle fell. Noémie shouted in French up at the windows, "What are you doing? Stop! We are down here. What do you think you are doing?" After she shouted up at the windows, no more bottles fell. Broken glass was all around, so she picked up Chinelo. Then she saw blood at her feet, and blood on her hands, and blood on Chinelo. A shard of glass had gone into Chinelo's neck. Chinelo was bleeding badly. Thank you.